condolences, Marcus. I think that's from all of us about your mom. How you doing? How's the past few days been, and how do you kind of keep moving forward with her, her memory in your heart?
First off, thank you guys. The last couple months, not days, have been real humbling in a sense. It kind of brings you back to reality. But I have a great supporting cast around me. A great community in Boston and in Dallas behind me. A great organization in the Celtics. Friends and family. So right now is the easiest part for me because I have a lot of people around me and still there. The hardest part probably is going to be when everybody has to go back to reality and everybody has to go back to work and we got to go back to our own lives, and that's probably when it's going to hit me the hardest. But I've seen and been a part of this before, so that takes away from it, and it makes it a little bit easier. I don't think it's really ever easy to lose a loved one, especially your mother, but, like I said, I have a great supporting cast around me.
And Marcus, just along those lines, you've been around teammates who've suffered close losses before. Are there lessons that you learned in how they handled that you can use for yourself going forward this season?
Definitely. I think anytime you somebody around somebody who's going through some type of adversity, it might not be the same as you, but you can definitely take and learn something out of it and some type of lesson, and that's what makes adversity so unique. You can always get a lesson out of it. So
I know one of the things players have talked about in the past is that the game itself becomes like a refuge from some of the problems that they may be experiencing and kind of going through. Do you see the game in a similar light? And if so, what's the key to you being able to kind of maybe galvanize that in a positive way going forward, from a basketball standpoint?
I definitely do. I've kind of been, a lot of people have heard me say this and explain it this way. I look at basketball as like a storm, but it's the eye of the storm, when it's a tornado or something like that. The calmest place of it is to be right in the middle, the eye of it. And that's what basketball is for me. It's my eye. And while everything else around me is going on, the distraction, the destruction and things like that, basketball keeps me calm. And that's probably why I go out and you see me dive on the floor or take a charge or throw my body this way and give it everything I have, because I know and I understand that, any day could be my last day. And if it was, would I be proud of what I've accomplished in that time here? And God has blessed me with the ability to go out there and play the game that I love to play. And I don't want to, make him regret that or feel any regret about it. So I go out there every day and play like it's my last.
With that said, have these pickup games, has it become like one of those pickup games that you see in the streets that you're knocking guys over and being a little bit more aggressive than maybe you would normally be because of everything that's going on?
No, actually it has not. Good question though. No, everybody's around me been making sure I take things lightly. It is pickup games. The season hasn't even started. The last thing I want to do is get hurt. So I have been a little cautious. But tomorrow that all changes.
Mark, it's been undoubtedly an emotional summer, and it kind of started with the contract thing and kind of feeling maybe detached from the Celtics. But when the fact that the staff and a lot of players came to the service for your mother, how did that feel? Is it kind of, how do you feel about the organization and just the emotions of the summer?
To start with that, there's no bad feelings between me and the organization. I knew coming in, this was a business, and sometimes we kind of overlook the business side because we build a relationship personally with certain people, certain organizations, certain teams. But at the same time, it's a business, and they were just doing their business part just like I was. And, we came to an agreement, and I'm back. Like I said, I love Boston, and Boston loves me. So to see those guys show up at the service was actually a surprise to me. I didn't think anybody was really going to show up Besides, I knew Brad told me he was coming, and a couple more coaches. But you know, my teammates Al, you know, Terry, Jalen, Daniel Tyson, and Shimmy, and those guys showing up, and not alone those guys, but Wick and everybody else showing up meant a lot to me and my family, and that just shows, you know, how much this organization as a family cares for one another.
Obviously, there's a lot of depth on this team. So how much do you think the bench can push the starters push back to build this team moving forward and get stronger throughout the year?
That's what's unique and great about this team. You know, the second unit guys and the first unit guys, whoever those are, going to push one another each and every day. You know, and when you got guys on the team that can do that, it makes the game easier, funner, and to play and to coach. And we all have a common denominator in this, and that's to win a championship and bring home banner 18. So, you know, it's going to be fun playing against these guys in practice, and I'm intrigued to see how we go, how we get it going. So I'm ready.
Marcus, over here. How's Gordon going to change this team, in your opinion? What are your thoughts about him being healthy and being a part of this now?
Oh, man. You know, that. First of all, you know, I'm just happy to see him back out walking again, you know, let alone playing. But, you know, when you have a guy like that who's been out for so long and he's talented, you got to be cautious because he has something to prove, and he's coming back with vengeance. So, you know, he's really going to help this team in the fact he just adds more to it. You know, it's just another weapon for us to open up the floor for guys. So we're excited to have Gordon back.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, guys.